Welcome to Assen.
I'm in the Eastern Airways British F1 Sidecar Championship paddock. Guess where? Assen in Holland. They absolutely love their sidecar racing here. We're here for round 8 of the championship. Qualifying's already taken place. Let me show you then how they line up. Well, Tim and Tristan Reeves on pole. They're the lap record holders around here, so that's hardly surprising. Lovelock, Akialta, they're flying. Hegarty qualified well, but there's some doubt as to whether he's actually going to make it because he's had a few passenger problems this weekend. There we are, row 4, Chaplow. Case Kentrop, the quickest of the local crews. We've got Dutch crews here this weekend contesting their own championship. Row 7, Simon Gilbert, Mark Edwards and Lee Barrett. Their Kawasaki's very quick. Colin Nicholson, another one of the Dutch crews, riding number 13, unbelievably, on his own chassis, RCN. Ian Guy and the Ritzer brothers there on row 10. Tony Brown, Ryan Anderson, not without their share of problems this weekend, but it's pretty grey and gloomy here, but it's a fast track, Assen. A lot of people, they love their sidecar racing here in Holland. This is a 12-lap scheduled affair. Tim Reeves on pole position, you saw it there. Then Roger Lovelock, Akialto, Andy Peach right behind him. Ricky Stevens, Ryan Charlwood, the number 100 crew have been flying in qualifying and indeed in free practice. Ben Holland, how close was that? Off the line, Ricky Stevens almost collected Andy Peach. He rocketed through. That Yamaha is quick. Straight away then, he's up to third. Tim Reeves is not in sight, so I don't know where Tim Reeves is, but he didn't get off the line. There's your race leader, that's Lovelock up front. Ben Holland and Lee Watson going a bit wide, leaving a great big gap for Ricky Stevens. Don't do that, because temptation of a young man, well, we all know what temptation and youth does. It leads to recklessness or success, one way or the other. But at the front, it's close. It's looking like, well, Holland was having a look there at Roger Lovelock. Roger Lovelock on the BMW. It's going to find its feet round this 2.83 Assen circuit, 2.83 miles, that is. Kilometres, 5 and a bit. 141.827, the existing lap record. There, one of the Dutchmen, that's Case Kentrop flying through. One of the quick Dutchmen right up at the front. Tim Reeves then nestled in now behind Gary Horsepole and Paul Napton. Here are your top 3. Lovelock from Holland, Ricky Stevens, and it's Kentrop. Then Gary Horsepole's Honda is absolutely flying. 81, the 81 crew. Case Kentrop, Danny De Haas. And De Haas, a well-known name from sidecar passengering. Gerald De Haas, of course, his father was passenger to Egbert Stroyer back in the 80s and 90s championship era. Andy Peach then, Reeves looking at the inside, going through on the inside of Horsepole, and also going with him, Andy Peach. So in one fell swoop, Gary Horsepole and Paul Napton shuffled back 2 places. Race leader, number 1, they're number 60. The Finning Cat Suzuki of Holland and Watson in second. Then Ricky Stevens and Ryan Charlwood. They're on the Assured Office Solutions Yamaha, and they're forcing very, very hard indeed. It is very cold. There's Tim Reeves. Tim and Tristan up the inside then to 3rd place. Lovelock's got to make hay while the sun shines here, because he ain't going to get much longer before Tim Reeves is nibbling away at the back end. But look at Ricky Stevens. He's going with Tim Reeves, and he'll learn a bit of track craft from the 4 times world champion as well. Ben Holland then, Lee Watson, Reeves goes through. Goodness me, it's quick, that Suzuki. Suzuki plays Suzuki, of course. And there Tim Reeves, 142.961. Again, that's over a second shy of his own lap record. Ricky Stevens and Ryan Charlwood on the blue and white 100 bike then are having a go at a podium here. They're alongside Ben Holland. Are they through? No. The camera angle belied that. It looked as though they were through. This the battle now for the lead. Reeves, 77. Lovelock, number 1. The BMW has found its feet. brave move actually coming into the 2013 series with a brand new configuration, new manufacturer engine, but he's made it work, he's got it going, and he's now found a good passenger in Aki Alto after Rick Lawrence parted company at the end of the season. So that's it, game over for Rick, but now it's Lovelock and Alto. And they're quick through there. Tim Reeves putting his wheel right over the rumble strip, but Lovelock was very quick through that chicane. That's the chicane before they come onto the start-finish straight. Ricky Stevens still in fourth. And now it's a battle at the front, a six-wheeler. Where's he going to pick his moment? Let's see, because the BMW is fast in a straight line. I don't think Tim Reeves is going to do it on the straights. He's going to have to do it on superior riding. Lovelock very focused, Tim Reeves equally so. And he gets his results here on smoothness. The 4 times world champion, he is unbelievably smooth. He is about 6th quickest in the speed traps. Ricky Stevens' pit crew excitedly watching the progress of that young man, and there he is right on the back of Ben Holland and Lee Watson. The Suzuki then beating the Yamaha. Simon Gilbert out of it. So Simon Gilbert and Ashley Moore, he's got a front end wobble by the look of it. Some vibration, wheel bearing is what he said. And still at the front, Lovelock. It's been an absolutely brilliant weekend here so far at Assen. Second time that these, oh, who's that upside down? Who is that? That's Tony Brown. It's a replay for sure, but it's 57. Tony Brown stuck in the fairing. No sign of the passenger. I will try to give you an update on that before we leave you at the end of the show. And through goes Tim Reeves. Reeves then sliding through on the inside of Lovelock. In the lead, over the line they go, up the start-finish straight. They hurtle down here into the right-hander. And he's looking on the inside. He's not given up, Roger Lovelock. He's staying with it. Ben Holland. Oh, look at Ricky Stevens' Yamaha. The R1 is very, very quick at the legs for the Suzuki, but still on the inside. It's Holland. He doesn't want to give up that podium place. He absolutely needs it. Where's Ricky Stevens? Did he settle and drop in behind? Had no choice really, because Ben Holland used all the road, drifted wide, and there was nowhere for Stevens to go. So if he wasn't on the outside, he's behind. Lovelock hasn't given up. The leathers flapping in the wind here. It is oh so fast. There are at least 3 areas on this circuit where they are flat out in 6th gear. It's scary, scary stuff. Down goes Tristan. This is one of those fast sections. A good ride up the order by Mark Edwards and Lee Barrett on the number 8 Kawasaki. Their season for 2013 is finishing very strongly indeed. All the way up from Ringwood. And now Ricky Stevens still there, but he had to drop back, of course. He's not given up, though. He's having, oh, he's slid! A massive spin! And it stopped. And it won't fire up. It won't fire up. So that's game over for Ricky Stevens, trying desperately to get it to fire up, and it won't. That Yamaha is dead. What a shame. They were going so well. That would have been one of their better finishes. Reeves then going past Rod Robinson and Nick Webb. Rod Robinson, one of the regulars of this championship, always there, always gives it his best shot, thoroughly enjoys his racing, and has gone well here at Assen. Travels just everywhere with this circus, as we all do indeed. Lovelock now. We've got a red flag. That must be, I can only think, and that'll be a result, because we are well over 2/3 distance, probably 3/4 distance. That is a result. Reeves, Lovelock, Holland, that's the podium. Edwards was up to 4th. Craig Chaplow, Kees Edeveld, Dutchman there in 5th. John Holden, Andy Winkle, best of the Dutch crews, Kentrop and De Haas. Absolutely no idea what happened to Andy Peach. Hopefully I'll find out, but 11th, that's not him.
Well played, Tim. Absolutely great result here at Assen. Roger Lovelock ran hard. You didn't get off the line with the best of starts, but you methodically made your way through. Well done.
Yeah, good crack, wasn't it? I enjoyed it. Really got an absolutely ridiculous start. Yeah, must have been asleep, but it's good fun, isn't it? Puts on a show, didn't it?
Yeah, shame that Sean Haggerty wasn't there because he'd have been snapping at your heels, that's for sure. But the other guys were really flying, and I think the British riders did themselves proud here.
Yeah, it's good, isn't it? Everyone's coming along. I like to work for that one, so it's nice to have to build up a sweat. And Roger was going good, wasn't he? So that BMW of his is fast in a straight line. It couldn't live without the straight, but it's a good crack. Enjoyed it.
Well done, Tim. I think that's win number 12. Not bad, eh?
No, it's good, isn't it? Just what I needed.
The race winners, Tim and Tristan Reeves.
The weather's turned a bit dull here at Assen, but it hasn't dampened any enthusiasm. The spectators are being truly entertained. We're going to take a short break.
Well, welcome back to the grid. There's a bit of a delay here because there is some track contamination, not from the sidecars, I'm not sure, but there's a delay anyway. Let me tell you now, the stoppage in the first race due to Tony Brown and Ryan Anderson. Ryan Anderson, broken collarbone, some back and rib injuries. He's on his way to hospital, but he'll be okay. We'll see him back. Maybe not this season, but we will see him back. Get well soon, Ryan, please. Here we go then. Green flag at the back. Andy Peach starts way back down. I can tell you he had a gearbox problem, so he's got some work to do. It's all fixed now. Tim Reeves starts from pole position, obviously because he was the victor in the first race. He can't quite win the championship in this second one, but almost can. And going through, Andy Peach, terrific from the back. Andy Peach already up to third. Astonishing, from 11th on the grid up to third, so he must have rocketed through. Did something similar to that which Ricky Stevens did to him in the first race. But now on the back, Ben Holland looking at Charlie Richardson, Andy Peach at the handlebars of that L&W Suzuki number 4. There's Ben Holland on the Finning Cat. In second place, it's the Driver Wolf BMW of Roger Lovelock and Aki Alto. So the front row lot are up in the front. Mark Edwards and Lee Barrett, brilliant result for them, so they're in the running as well. Then it's John Holden, then it's Ricky Stevens again, and Jarno Keppel, one of the Dutchmen, going well. There's Keppel, 173. Jarno Keppel and Freek Dirksen. That is a brand new 2013 LCR with a new Suzuki, like what the Birchells use, if I can put it that way. They've got the new Suzuki. Oh, lurid slides from him. The back end, they kept it all together. And that's Case Kentrop, fellow Dutchman behind them, the number 81 outfit. So 173 and 81, they're Dutch crews. They don't score championship points in this second race. That was all in the first one. The green bike there, Colin Nicholson on his own chassis. That's an RCN, Dahusen, the passenger. Colin Nicholson, an expat Brit who lives over here in Holland and builds his own chassis, and at least 5 of the crews using them. Off the line then, Tim and Tristan Reeves. We are privileged to have an onboard camera with Tim Reeves. The first time this year that he's allowed us to put one on, and it's good to see just how smooth this man is. You get some idea of his lovely racing lines from the onboard shot. Ben Holland and Lee Watson consolidating their championship. Oh, that's Chaplow and Case Endevelt. So they didn't even get their bike off the line. Lonely walk down pit lane. Up to second now has gone Andy Peach, ahead of the Driver Wolf BMW. So got some work to do. The battle in the championship between Peach and the yellow bike you saw there, Holland and Watson, is very much alive. Coming into this race, Andy Peach second in the championship on 203 points. Hegarty is third but is not racing. And Ben Holland on 184. So Holland needs to extractum digitorum, get his finger out, I think, to score some solid points. There, what a battle this is. Lovelock and out. Oh, Ian Drown 170. Ken Edwards, they're retiring it. They're on the grass. So that looks as though it's died. And a mystified look by Ian Drown into the cockpit. The speech bubble said, what the dickens has happened there? It just died, son. Right. With the Finning Cat Suzuki, Ben Holland and Lee Watson. Who are we looking at ahead? That's Andy Peach. No, it's not. It's Lovelock. Oh, what? What? Oh, massive, a big understeer onto the green stuff. And that let the crew behind through. I'm not sure who that was. Mark Edwards and Lee Barrett stands a chance. The Kawasaki was very close. Gary Horspool, Paul Napton ahead of Colin Nicholson. Number 13, Nicholson, local Dutch competitor, Englishman of course, and he's going again. So Ian Drown got it fired up, so his Kawasaki has burst back into life, but not quickly enough to avoid him being lapped by Tim and Tristan Reeves, who are hunting him down to number 77. SMT Racing, Robin Croft, the boss of that super stock team. They have a super stock rider, Adam Jenkinson, riding that. Not here this weekend, of course, because the super stockers are not here in Assen. Nonetheless, we have a full race program. Sidecar's got a little bit more track time here in Assen than we tend to get in the UK circuits. Take note, please, BSB. Here we go. Round the twisting, tortuous swoops of Assen. Very, very fast. You just can't ease off here. Looking at my gear chart, most of this circuit is navigated in 5th or 6th. John Holden, Andy Winkle fighting off a charging Jarno Keppel. And Jarno Keppel having a look here. Is he going to go past on the brakes? Oh, 85 out of the running. That's the Cronenberg Schmidt outfit. A cross-plane Yamaha, one of the only cross-plane Yamahas used in sidecar racing, and in standard form, not the quickest thing. 142.5 against the lap record of 141.8, so still 0.7 of a second shy. Andy Peach already having lapped Ian Drown, 170, and Mark Edwards in 3rd place now, up to 3rd. That passing move on Ben Holland got them into a podium position. That also begs the question, what's happened to Roger Lovelock? Because they went up to 4th, and now suddenly they're in 3rd, Mark Edwards and Lee Barrett. So where is Roger Lovelock? Meanwhile, Gary Horspool and Nicholson, Simon Gilbert going well this time. He's obviously got his problems sorted. Ian Guy and young Ben Ransley, steady rides. A fair share of glamour as well here at Assen. An awful lot of young ladies have come along to support this. In fact, the crowd, look at them on top of the grandstand. Into pit lane comes Lovelock and Alto, so their race is run. That is an unusual sight. Rarely do we see the Driver Wolf BMW retire. But Aki Alto's body language, off come the gloves, throw them down in disgust. I don't know what Finnish swear words sound like, but there might be one or two flying around there. Meanwhile, at the front, it's Reeves and Reeves. The brothers Reeves. What a showing they're putting on. And Nicholson is past Gary Horspool. Gary Horspool, 32, on the Honda, has been relegated by Colin Nicholson on his own chassis. What a great job that's doing. And now this battle, John Holden, and there Johan Keppel. Look at his passenger right over, and Ricky Stevens right with him. So this is a good 3-way scrap. Keppel in the middle, the Dutchman, the leading Dutchman in this race, running very strongly. John Holden, Andy Winkle, who have pledged to see out the season and finish their season with the Eastern Airways British F1 Sidecar Championship, and through goes Keppel. Keppel then past John Holden, the number 99 relegated, and Ricky Stevens having a look. So 99 and 100 consecutively, and that's the way they sit in this scrap. But 173, Jarno Keppel on the last lap has gone ahead, and this is a very strong finish. And this man, let me tell you, the Dutchman, has told me that he intends to contest the Eastern Airways British F1 Championship in the UK throughout 2014. And if this form is anything to go by, he is going to be a worthy addition to our race program. Is Ricky Stevens going to get the better of John Holden? This is Ricky Stevens' pit crew, 100 on the young lady's arm there. She is so excited, and this is going to be a strong finish for young Ricky Stevens, one of our favoured young guns for the future. Out of the slipstream, he's on the inside of Holden, he's made it stick. So in pursuit of the Dutchman then, Ricky Stevens and Ryan Charlwood charging on. John Holden, Andy Winkle Well, Holden, dare I say, a bit more of a veteran, but he's doing very well. He's riding for the points and getting a strong finish here. Doesn't intend mixing it with Ricky Stevens, and I have to say, neither would I. Look at that little wave. A double victory here again for Tim and Tristan, and the Dutch fans stayed to appreciate this one, albeit late in the day, and it's getting cooler. Almost rained. You know, it's just the curse of the sidecars that when they get to the grid, we get spots of rain, but not this time. It stayed dry. Andy Peach over the line, Charlie Richardson shaking his hand, and the final podium place, a wonderful third for Mark Edwards and Lee Barrett. And look at this battle going on now. Ricky Stevens really scrapping all the way down. He's got past the Dutchman, and a great strong finish for Ricky Stevens. He fought hard and deserved it. Well done. Brilliant. Jarno Keppel then just pinned to the post by Ricky Stevens, but no mistaking. Tim and Tristan, winners again. What a class act they are. There's the podium, Peach and Edwards. Holland, Stevens, you saw that battle. Ben Holland had a lonely fourth. Keppel sixth for the Dutchman, and his fellow countryman Kentrop trailing Holden home. Simon Gilbert got a finish. He saw a man with a checkered flag. Wonderful stuff. Smith's Guy, Roger Body, 14th.
What can I say? Mark Edwards and Lee Barrett, you're just going from strength to strength. Brilliant race, came through the field. And what about podium, eh?
Yeah, chuffed and nuts for that. We've got the Kawasaki working really well, you know. I'd just like to thank all my sponsors and everything else. I'm just looking forward to next year.
Lee, this suits the Kawasaki. It's quick, isn't it?
Yes, it's a fast motor. It really does pull, and it's good. You know, Mark's done a great job of getting it working, and it's brilliant. So, other than that, I'll just follow him.
Andy Peach, Charlie Richardson, you needed that, because although Tim was well away, the battle behind him was closing up.
It was a bit desperate. We started 11th on the grid because we had a gearbox issue yesterday. Good start, which was the plan. And then we geared it wrongly, and we just couldn't stay with Lovelock's bike on the straights, and luckily he pulled in, so that was a blessing.
Unluckily for him, but you were working it really well. You're about as far out as you can get.
Well, you need to be, especially on a fast circuit like this. You've got to work it properly.
Well done, Andy.
Yeah, thank you very much. Cheers, everybody.
I think you need 5 points just to put it out of reach, but it's academic, isn't it now? Championship's yours.
It's never mine, is it? Hey, you never know, dear. Only wants it to blow up, doesn't it? You never know, dear. It's still 4 races and still 150 points. You never know, dear. It's not over till it's over, is it?
He's right, of course. Double points on the last round, so it's still possible for Andy Peach to pip him to the post. Hegarty dropped behind Holland because he didn't ride, but look how close Holland is now to Peach. Lovelock, he's there, 172. Edwards, what a season he's had. Barry James, he'll be back for Silverstone, we hope. Gary Horsepole, he should be proud of that Honda. Not that happy with it, but he should be proud of it. And Birchall, well, let me tell you, the Birchalls have finished second in the world as of this weekend, so they get the FIM silver medal. Congratulations to them. Hope they do a full season with us next year.
For Tim and Tristan Reeves.
There have been an awful lot of famous feet on that podium over the years here at Assen, and this weekend saw its fair share as well, but the Eastern Airways British F1 Championship just roared home here at Assen. A great double win for Tim and Tristan Reeves. The next round is in Silverstone, and then we go to Brands for the grand finale. What a season we've had, and we'll do it all again next year, but it's not done yet. Join us at Silverstone. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.